start a family. He smiled. Once, he would have scorned such ideas. Now, they were appealing. During his service with the legions, he'd seen things that would turn a man's hair grey. He'd become used to them. In the red heat of battle, he had acted in much the same way. But sacking undefended camps and villages, and seeing women raped and children killed, were not things that sat especially well with him. Planning how to take the fight to Rome will do me for a while. The time for war will present itself again, he said to the stallion. In the meantime, I need a good Thracian woman to make lots of babies with. It nibbled his elbow, ever hopeful for a treat. If you want some barley, get a move on, he said in an affectionate growl. I'm not stopping to give you a nosebag this near to the village. Above him, and to his left, something scraped off rock, and he cursed silently for letting his attention lapse. Just because he'd encountered no one on the rough track that day didn't mean that it was safe. Yet the gods had smiled on him for the whole journey from Bithynia. This was a time when most Thracians avoided the bitter weather in favour of oiling and storing their weapons in preparation for the following campaigning season. For a lone traveller, this was the best time to travel. I've done well not to have run into any bandits thus far. These ones are damn close to my village. Let there not be too many of them. Pretending to stretch his shoulders and roll his neck, he stole a quick glance to either side. 3 men, maybe 4, were watching him from their hiding places on the rocky slopes that bordered the rough track. Unsurprisingly for Thrace, they seemed to be armed with javelins. He eyed the tinned bronze helmet that hung from the pack on the stallion's rump, and decided against making a grab for it. Few peltasts could hit a man in the head. As for his shield, well, he could reach that while their first javelins were still in the air. If he was hit, his mail shirt would probably protect him. Trying to untie his thrusting spear would take too much time. He'd carry the fight to them with his seeker, the curved Thracian blade that hung from his gilded belt. They were acceptable odds, he decided, as long as the brigands weren't expert shots. Great rider, watch over me with a ready sword. I know you're there, he called out. You might as well show yourselves. There was a burst of harsh laughter. About 30 paces away, one of the bandits stood up. Merciless eyes regarded the traveller from a narrow face pitted with scars. His embroidered woolen cloak swung open, revealing a threadbare thigh-length tunic. A greasy fox-skin cap perched atop his head. He had scrawny legs, and his tall calfskin boots had seen better days. In his left hand, he carried a typical pelter, or crescent-shaped shield, and behind it, a spare javelin. In his right, another light spear was cocked and ready to throw. No armour, and apart from his javelins, only a dagger in his belt, noted the traveller. Good. His friends will be no better armed. There's a fine stallion you have there, said the thug. A pity that it's lame. It is. If it wasn't, you shitbags wouldn't have seen me for dust. But it is. So you're on foot. And alone, sneered a second voice. The traveller looked up. The speaker was older than the first man, with a lined visage and greying hair. His hemp-woven clothing was equally ragged. But there was a fierce hunger in his brooding gaze. For all his poverty, his round shield was well made, and the javelin in his right fist looked to have seen good use. This was the most dangerous one. The leader. You want the stallion, I suppose, the traveller said. Ha! A third man stood up.